This portrait was made in seconds by AI, and this one was created by a photographer. At first glance, both look professional, but here's the truth. If your business is built on selling digital files, AI is about to eat your lunch. Listen, the photographers who survive and thrive won't necessarily be the most talented. They'll be the ones who understand which part of photography AI can never replace. By the way, if you're new here, my name's Sarah Petty. I've helped over 33,000 photographers build profitable businesses. I've sold over 3 million in photography services myself, so let's go. Today, I'm going to show you why digital files are so vulnerable to AI, what AI can never replace, and the business model that makes photographers completely AI-proof. Because once you understand this shift, you won't compete with AI. You'll make it irrelevant. Here's the thing about selling digital files. They're quick, they're cheap, and they disappear just as fast. Clients buy them to post on Instagram or as a screensaver on their phone, and then they're forgotten. There's no lasting connection. That's why photographers who only sell digital files are so vulnerable right now. Files are treated like a commodity, and when something feels like a commodity, the cheapest option wins. AI is about to be the cheapest option of all. It's also why so many digital file photographers underprice themselves. Everyone sees digital files as disposable. Here today, gone tomorrow. But printed portraits done the boutique way are different. Boutique isn't just a style of photography. It's a completely different business model where we serve our clients from the very first phone call until they have beautiful artwork in their hands that they can go hang in their homes, or books and albums that they can look through. Think of digital files kind of like fast food. It's quick, it's cheap, it's transactional. Instead, what we do in my photography studio and what we teach at the Photography Business Institute is more like offering fine dining, right? Here, the goal is to create custom artwork for our clients' walls, pieces that are designed to be passed down through the generations. We hold our clients' hand through the entire process, from the consultation to designing artwork for specific spaces in their home. This artwork is not fleeting. They're printed because they're meant to last. They're wall-worthy. They're emotional. They're part of a family's story. And no matter how slick AI gets, it cannot recreate the real experiences that make those portraits meaningful. That's what boutique photography is. So if files are disposable, what is it that clients truly value? The thing AI can never touch? Well, here's the thing. Sure, AI can generate a decent headshot for a LinkedIn profile. It's like this big. But who's gonna hang an AI image of themselves snuggling their newborn when they weren't even there for the snuggle? Nobody. Think about the silly chaos when 4 kids are wrestling in the living room and having that image frozen in time, hanging on the wall. You can look at their personalities. You see that the oldest, he's the pleaser. The middle child is the strong-willed one, and that little young one is cracking everybody up. AI doesn't know their personalities, and even if it could guess them, artwork of the people we love only matters if it came from a real interaction that the client actually experienced. That's what photography is, my friend. It's a shared moment that becomes a memory that we want to see again and again. That's what creates goosebumps when clients walk into their homes and see those portraits hanging on the wall of the people they love. Think about it like dining out for someone's birthday. If you could click a button right now and have your favorite meal instantly appear, sure, it might taste good, but it wouldn't replace piling into the car, driving through the rain, laughing as everyone dashes inside, getting wet, grandma and grandpa arriving overdressed, or the waiter in his adorable accent. The memory isn't just the food, it's the whole experience. And photography works the same way. This is where the entire business model has to shift. Because when you stop selling commodities and you start selling experiences, you become completely AI proof. By the way, if you like what I'm sharing here, you'll love my free weekly newsletter. It's a quick 5-minute read with actionable ideas to grow your photography business. Click the link in the description and go sign up while you're listening. So how does selling wall portraits instead of files protect your income in the AI era? This is huge. In the boutique photographer profit path framework that I teach, you are able to become a trusted partner in creating artwork. This isn't a file transfer, it's a relationship. A framed portrait in the living room would likely be the first thing a family would grab if their house were on fire, after the kids, of course. But that's how important it is. They don't want to risk making a bad choice, so they lean on you as the expert. You've got to guide them. You've got to hold their hand. You've got to give them confidence every step of the way. That's what, on the back end, makes orders consistent and predictable. I'll never forget a high school senior who came to me after being disappointed with images she got from another photographer, which made me a little nervous. Like, I don't know, can we please this beautiful girl? So we focused on the experience just like we always do and made her feel amazing. And afterwards, she said it was the experience of a lifetime, and the order was multi-thousands of dollars. AI can't do that. AI can't put you in a prom dress with your date. Only you can do that. We're still humans who crave real experiences that become our memories. And yes, people still want printed portraits. After the pandemic, families started pouring money into redecorating their homes. They want portraits of the people they love. They don't want generic artwork from TJ Maxx or for their interior designer to throw a bunch of gold gilded frames throughout their house. What is meaningful is portraits of the people they love. Picture a giant portrait of a newborn across the nursery wall with a juicy little cheeks and a cute little dimples and every little eyelash. How beautiful. Or a fun series of a little boy and his new puppy snuggling that's hanging in the little boy's bedroom, so it's the first thing he sees each morning. Or a teenager who's struggling at school, waking up and looking at a panoramic canvas of her in her prom dress with her high top sneakers and maybe 2 best friends, reminding her every day that she's loved and worthy. That's the part AI can't serve up, and it's the part of the market we build around. Here's how I explain it. Every market runs on a bell curve. Some people love what you do. Some people will never want it, even if you give it away for free. And most fall somewhere in the middle. Our job is to attract the 10 to 15% who deeply value the experience and the beautiful artwork they have and want. And then it's also to inspire some in the middle who never imagined that. They didn't even know or think about putting artwork of their family on their wall. These ideal clients, by the way, aren't searching online for the cheapest photographer. They're busy living life. And that's why I say we have a moral obligation to remind them of the moments worth commemorating in artwork. Okay, so what does this AI-proof process look like step by step? Let's go through the exact process. Step 1, pre-qualify the prospects on the phone. When you're talking to them, you've got to share what makes you different and create value before you throw out the price. And you do need to cover price on the first phone call. By the end, both of you should know if it's a fit. And if it isn't, give yourself permission to say no. I'm sorry, that's not how I work. I don't just give all the digital files for a low fee, but there are lots of photographers who can help you. Friend, don't burn 20 hours overshooting and over editing for someone who doesn't value what you do. And believe me, they don't need more digital files. They're fine, or they can get them somewhere else. Step 2, the in-person consultation. This is where AI can't meet with the client before the session. This is where we plan outfits. We look at their walls. We throw out creative ideas and we see what lights them up. Googling on ChatGPT isn't going to do that. I'm sorry. When they light up about something, we can read their body language and we know it's basically sold. You just need to create it. That's how you sell without feeling pushy. And AI cannot brainstorm with them like this. Step 3, the sales plan and the session. We don't overshoot, we curate. People pay more for the curation and recommendation by someone educated and an expert in what they do, which is us. That's what makes our work valuable, and AI can't do that. Step 4, the actual presentation, where we hold their hand and we sit with them like a trusted friend to present their images and make recommendations of how we see it being hung and displayed in their home. We can gush over their family. We can help them choose sizes and placements in their space. AI simply cannot sit next to a client and do this with empathy. Step 5, delivery and referrals. Sometimes I bring frame samples to my clients' homes or install the artwork and talk about what's next. This sort of over-serving erases buyer's remorse. It leads to referrals. It makes everyone so happy and want to gush on you. AI simply can't do that. And you photographers who are insisting my clients only want digitals, let's bust that myth, because I hear that all the time from photographers. My clients only want digitals. Here's the truth. Clients only ask for what they know. And when I started my business before digitals, nobody asked for digitals. Nobody asked for negatives. People didn't even know that that was an option. Henry Ford, I love it. He said something like, if I would have asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. It was his job to paint a vision of what a car was and could do. And that's our job too, to help clients imagine how it will feel to walk into their home every day and see a gorgeous piece of artwork of the people they love. Think about it like this. If you opened a fine dining restaurant in a town that only has ever offered fast food, someone calls your fine dining establishment and says, how much is a Happy Meal? You wouldn't say, oh, everybody only wants Happy Meals. It's just that they don't know what you do. You have to explain, listen, our restaurant isn't like the others. Let me tell you what makes this experience different. That one conversation reframes everything and it increases the value of what that restaurant is worth versus McDonald's. That's what you have to do in your business. And if you're still not sure if this works, let me share some real stories with you. I had a client who brought in 7 kids to my studio. We did their session, and by the end, the littlest guy was ready for the treasure chest. So we said, hey, go play, and we'll photograph the other kids. And in there, he discovered a mustache. So he put the mustache on, everybody cracked up, and he said, take my picture. So he got up on the chair, and then the next child said, well, take my picture. So they passed this one mustache that we had from kid to kid. And the oldest sister, by the time we got to her, was cracking up because it was hanging off her face because there was no sticky left on it. Mom and dad even jumped in this whole bunch of fun chaos. And at the end of the day, when I showed this piece of artwork to the parents with all 9 of them, very Partridge Family-esque, right? Everyone's personality came through. It was bizarre how that happened. And so the family bought artwork that reminded them of this fun. And at the end, when the dad came back, he said they had more fun at my studio that day than their last Disney trip. And I thought, well, that's good because you probably spent more than you did at Disney, which is great. It's a lasting memory. Another client told me she was out of wall space and that she only wanted Christmas cards. And it was an ongoing relationship. And I said, hey, that's cool, but let me come out to your home, look at what you've got, because it's been a lot of years I've been photographing your girls, and let me see if we're missing anything or just get ideas so that I make sure I don't do a session we've already done. So I went to our home, I looked around, and I spotted a blank wall downstairs by the walkout basement. And we looked at this wall and she said, oh yeah, we could do something for that. And I said, oh my gosh, what if floor to ceiling, we created a collage of your daughters? And then I threw out an idea of what if we put your little girls on a bed in an open field and we cut open the feather pillows and we let them fly everywhere. She was gobbling this idea up. She loved it. And that wall of joy that wasn't going to happen if I didn't serve her the way that I did became over a $13,000 order. Think about it. She said she only wanted cards. AI can't serve in that way. These experiences highlight what I'm telling you. AI can't serve the way you can serve. It can't replicate relationships, emotions, or your artistic vision. The experience itself is what creates the value. Here's what I want you to remember. AI isn't going to replace photographers. It's going to replace photographers who sell commodities. When you shift from selling digital files to creating heirloom artwork experiences, you also stop competing with AI and you move into a category AI can never touch. The photographer who understands this shift now will dominate their markets. while digital photographers will wonder what happened to their business. The choice is yours: evolve or become obsolete. Start by changing that very first client conversation. Instead of talking about the digital files that clients get, talk about the experience you create and the custom artwork that will hang in their homes forever. And if you want to see the exact marketing strategies that attract these AI-proof clients, you do not want to miss this next video where I'll show you how to find and book them without spending a dime on ads. And I'll see you soon.